Okay. Nope. I keep forgetting to sync these tablets. It's going to be the death of me. Or the making. Let's see. Can we just see? Hey, good morning. Good morning. I feel it needs to snow. It just I think it's because all the pressure and having a sinus infection is just it needs to snow. I'm like kind of looking forward to the snow. Good morning. Um yeah, I didn't sleep well last night and I got up extremely early. I've been doing like all the cool methods, like the warm compress, steaming, all that stuff. And it's just I've done every trick I could think of, and it's a lot. I'm taking Mucinex and all that stuff. It's just ugh. I know. Good morning, Arnetta. I'm here for the snow. I realized yesterday, because everybody was coming into my dark cave, I called a room yesterday. So when my husband came home, he was in our room. He does his Mr. Rogers. My husband's 9 to 5. He has to be suited and booted. So when he comes home, he does a Mr. Rogers. He takes off his work clothes and he puts on like relaxing clothes, and I call it Mr. Rogers. Good morning, Christine. I call it Mr. Rogers. So he does that, and I was like, my head is hurting, and like I was just showing him where like my face was hurting, and he's like, it's not in my sinuses, but I have a headache. And then Hope comes out of nowhere, like she's like a secret ninja, and then she's like, yeah, my head's hurting too. And Ken was like, I thought it was just me, and I think it's just the pressure from this whatever this storm's about to happen. And I'm like, just snow. Please, just like release the pressure so that way it can just be done with, because it is not the best. But my kids get out 3 hours early today, so I'm kind of excited about that because me and Hope are binge watching Big Bang Theory because she watched all of Young Sheldon. So I haven't watched Young Sheldon, but I've watched every episode of Big Bang Theory like a bazillion times. So we're watching that together. So it's really funny watching it from her perspective, and then we're gonna watch Young Sheldon so I can see it from her perspective. It's pretty interesting. And then my son he's just funny. He's just because he's so quiet when he says something, it's just very interesting. Like he's he's very, very quiet little dude. Yeah, release the Kraken. Seriously, just release the snow, let it go. Just like let Elsa out, like let it freeze. They're expecting 3 to 6 inches, which I would normally say it's not that bad, but the fact that there's still some snow from the last snowstorm in my area. Yeah. The kids get out 3 hours early, so they're just excited. Um, yeah, you know what's funny? I actually like snow. I think it's a t hear me out. I like every season. My allergies don't like every season, but I like every season because every season has a reason, right? For me, I like winter because it's the time that I actually get to relax and spend time with my family and just like it's everyone's in the house. So when it's spring, you got football, karate, da da da. Like everyone has something, and for me, I'm out of the house doing like conventions, bazaars, teaching, doing something. But somehow, some way, in winter for 3 short months, everybody's in the house, and even though I want to like pull my own hair out because the bickering and fighting, I weirdly like it. And it's quiet, and then I like spring just because it's amazing how everything looked desolated and deserted, and then all these cherry blossoms and flowers are blooming, snowdrops are there, and just it's amazing how how the seasons change so fast in Maryland. It's one of the most beautiful things. If you have a chance to see the cherry blossoms in DC, go. It is gorgeous. Your allergies are gonna absolutely hate you. Take some Zyrtec or Claritin or Xyzal, something, because you're gonna die. I'm not gonna lie, but it's worth it. Um, oh, I know, Liz. Are you guys gonna get snow? Because I know I was looking I was halfway through Mike Velocity this morning, but I fell asleep on him. So his voice is very soothing. Like I think he should be like an Audible guy too, but that's just me. Are you guys getting snow though? I'm just curious because you guys got hit with some snow. I got to check on Melissa for Wizardry because Louisiana, last time we had this kind of snow, they got hit with like 15 inches. I I don't even know what to do. Like, I mean, I've seen 15 inches when I lived in Colorado. It's a whole different thing. They're built differently. Like, they were like, "Here's these shoes that look like tennis racket. Just go next door." And I'm like, "What the hell?" And they were like, "Just jump out the second window, floor window." I'm like, "What?" A very interesting story with Colorado. I lived there for a very short time to help a friend that was pregnant. Her husband was in military and he was in Iraq and she was a high risk pregnancy and it was either someone lived with her around the clock or they were going to have to put her in the hospital. And I stayed with her and it it was like the year of snow. And I guess like to me after experience that it's not like snow to me until you have to put like tennis racket shoes on. I know they're called something else, but that's what they look like to me. To get something from a neighbor's house and jump out the second story window because there's like 10 feet of snow. So, yeah. Yeah. Oh, you already started? Oh, you didn't finish my okay, see, Mike Velocity, everybody. I don't know, he doesn't know me. If you're not subscribed to Mike Velocity, you don't know weather. These weather people on the Fox 11 News, no, sorry, Mike, what's his Roker, Al Roker. All these people do not know. Mike Velocity is like the biz because he's telling you the European models, the German models, the Canada models, the American models. He is so educated in this and like he's always spot on. So if you wanna get really good, like, details about weather and you're weirdly obsessed with it, Mike Velocity. And then there's a couple other that I follow, but he's, like, my number 1, and whenever I get on his stuff and I see it, he was live yesterday, and I just couldn't do it 'cause, it was too bright in my room. Yeah, it all just does depend, like, I lived in California for a long time, and people have this like, I think people think it's like the California commercial, like we're rollerblading down all the time. No, man, when it's hot, it's hot. When we're on fire, we're literally breathing in ash. It's not it's fire season is real, just like hurricane season is out here in the East Coast. So, like every place that you live, there's going to be a con. It's just like, are you willing? Do you love this area enough to live with that con? That's the thing. And I learned that at a very young age because when Hurricane Katrina happened, I never understood why people went back, and it's because it's their home. They love Louisiana, and people will rebuild in California because they love California. People rebuild in Florida, North Carolinas, all the way up the East Coast because they love where they are. So, it's just that's their home. I'm not gonna lie, I like all my 4 seasons. I don't feel like we have really, like, extreme 4 seasons, and I think that's probably why I like all 4 seasons out here. But there's sometimes when it's, like, cold and I'm like, "Seriously?" But, like I said, the worst cold I've experienced in a long time was when I went to Texas 2 years ago for So Magical. That was some I thought my skin was gonna split open. I didn't know what to do. I was, like, washing my face and straight up putting Vaseline just like, "It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay." My face was not dealing with that cold at all. Like, it felt like somebody was just, like, trying to extract a pimple that wasn't there, like, 24/7, and I was like, "Okay, nah, I can't do it." Okay, so I wanted to bring you guys something to your attention. You guys know that when I was talking to you about Brandy, her and her husband are doing a little bit better if you're following along in her story. Hopefully you are. It's pretty cool following along. Like, it's just It's amazing. But we have someone else in our community that is going through something right now. Many of you guys know her. Her name is Sandra. She's the owner of Gardener Room Sewing. She's hosted a lot of different retreats. She's in the community making different bags. She teaches a lot of kids how to sew and adults. Right now she's going through something really, really hard without giving any like something with her mom, and she has to be separated from her family, and she's basically living in a hotel and has to take care of her mom 24/7 in a hospital and then barely gets any rest. She does have a kofii. I can link you to her Facebook page so you can see her story. And I know all of us right now, we're recovering from holidays and whatever, but if you buy her a cup of coffee, that is a tremendous thing to do because if everyone just gives a little, it helps out a lot. I'm gonna link her coffee, as well as her website. You as soon as you see her website, you'll be like, oh yeah, I know who that is. So I'll be like, yeah, hold on, and let me get. I promise you, I'm gonna get everything linked up one of these days, but I think it's part of my charm to be completely not working right. um, so yeah, her mom had some major medical issues, and it's just I don't know. It's like the season for like hold on. She had to actually close down her online presence because she's not in the area where she can ship out um items. Literally, come on. I need to has anyone never done this where you try to, like, you have to update your, tablet and you're, like, holding off, like, you're hitting postpone, postpone, but you're like, "This is probably why my tablet's moving slow." So, yeah, this is probably why my tablet's moving slow. So, a lot of you I'm, like, super surprised. Yesterday I was, like, following, like, people, who are going to the summits classes, and a lot of the classes are sold out, and some of them barely have seats left, so I'm, like, really excited for the people at the summit. There's so many cool classes there, like Rayvon has a belt making, Liz has, like, learning, like, the bedazzling, which I'm not gonna lie, that would be the class I sit on and probably get on her nerves because I would have a notepad and be like, "What temperature exactly do I need to put these on?" And like glue everything. I think that this is a really great experience. So if you are going to the summit, definitely check out every one of the listings and make sure that you can just fit in everything with your schedule. But I think it has so many cool classes. Like it's going to be fun. I'm going to be jealous when you guys are posting pictures. So if I have sad face, crying face, you know why? It's pure jealousy. Yes. S Go ahead, Liz, I'm telling you, here you go. I'm like, everybody I know I was, like, looking at, Kathy and Jess. I was like, "Oh my god, yes, your classes are sold out." I get excited when I see people's I'm a nerd, okay? So, yeah, my class I didn't expect how many of you guys were gonna buy my thing first day. I was, like, crying a little bit, like, tears of joy. So, it was just really cool. It was overwhelming because the sewing hit community just came out really hard yesterday. I was just like, "Holy heck," like, it was overwhelming because as I was looking at mine throughout the day, I was really looking at the summits because, like I told you, I secretly would like to go to that, and if I was going, I had, like, a playlist in my head. I would need a doppelganger because there's a lot of classes I wanted to take. But I was just, like, just smiling, like, seeing, like, all these people just, like, coming out, going forth, and getting their classes, and I'm just like, "Yeah, get it." It's a truly amazing feeling. It is. It is because it's weird. It's like it's Jess had it the best. If you know Jess for so many creations and you're in her Facebook group, she was like, "Oh, my class sold out." But in like her third picture, it's Sally Fields when she gets her Oscar and she's like, "You really like me." It's an iconic scene. I'm probably dating myself. It's in a very iconic moment, and I could not stop laughing because that's exactly how I felt. Like, you really like me, you like me because you're putting yourself out there, when, especially when you're doing YouTube or you're some kind of content creator, whether it's TikTok, Instagram, or whatever. You're putting yourself out there, and with putting yourself out there, you can get a lot of negative and positive backlash, and you never know how it's going to go. So when people come out and show up, it makes you feel like you're on cloud 9, like, "Okay, people actually like me. It's not just me being super weird online and the internet never forgets." So, yeah, good morning, 40s -47 Dawn. I would just those packs that you smash and it could makes heat? I'll just be having those in my socks. Probably where my underwear is on the side, I'm not gonna lie. Some of my like, the bra straps? And just have mittens on and be like, "Guess what? This is how I'm rolling all day long. It's -47 degrees." Oh my god. No, I, like, seriously don't know how you survive in that. Oh, what was I watching? Siberia. I was watching don't ask. I get into weird YouTube things. So I was watching, like, these people that live in Siberia, and I'm not stupid, okay? But I just didn't think people really lived there. I just it's like it's the coldest place on earth, so, like, I'm like, "No, people really just" when it's coldest place, no, people no, there's, like, a small town well, I mean, small for, like, US size. It's like it has 100,000 people, and they're showing, like, them eating top ramen, and it instantly freezes as soon as they walk outside. I'm like, "No, man. You can't no, you can't be outside more than 10 minutes." Oh, I'm like, "D Are they all vitamin D deficiency? Does, like, the town all have to drink, like, take vitamin D supplements?" Like, I have a lot of questions, but I feel like if I ask them in the forum, people will be like, "That's not right to ask." And I'm like, I seriously have these questions for, like, science reasons because I have to take vitamin D supplements because 'cause I'm a basement dweller. I'm never really in the sun until I take a kid to school or practice or something. So I'm like, "No more than 10 minutes." And they're, like, dressed up like the kid in the Christmas Story where he's like, "Mom, I have to use the bathroom." They're, like, just to go get the mail, and I'm just like, "Oh my god." Are like, kids born there, like, if they come to the US, are they like, "Oh my god, it's so hot," like any state? Like, I have so many questions. I need them to do, like, a whole documentary, and they interview people, and, like, we can ask open questions because I have, like, 20 questions straight away, and I'm like, they're not, like, mad inappropriate, but I just have a lot of medical questions. It's just I don't know. I just never thought anyone lived there. Like, I know people go there, and I know that in history, they used to send people to Siberia for, like, punishment, but I just I don't know. Thank you, Margie. Thank you. Thank you, princess. Aw. Thank you so, Liz. Crafty Liz. Yeah, I seriously would have, like Dawn, no joke, I would have those heat packs that are 8 hours just, like, everywhere. Like, this is how I live. Having, like, a hot water bottle in my jacket, like, it's -47 degrees. But seriously, the Siberia thing is, like, flipping me out. So I told Kendall, Kendall was like, "Wait, what?" And I was like, "They have 100,000 people." And he's like, "That's not a small town." I'm like, "They say it's a small town." And he's like, "You sure it's in Siberia?" I'm like, "They said it's in Siberia." And then he's like, "You heard it on YouTube." I was like, "Yeah, I went on to this." I was watching stuff about, like, the Senegal people and how this one American person was trying to reach out to them. And off of that, I just got tailspin into, like, weird places that people live. You know that rabbit hole. I don't know, I get into weird rabbit holes on YouTube, but that's how I got into the Siberian thing. Yeah, it was I need a documentary, or if you guys know a documentary about these people, please let me know because I love documentaries. My kids hate when Shark Week or comes on, or they hate July altogether because it is nonstop knowing about the ocean, and now they're weirdly curious about it all the time. Oh, thank you, Dawn. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm super excited about today's Patreon because we're the bag that we're working on is I'm not going to give the name of the pattern designer because the pattern designer normally doesn't allow people to do it, and they gave me the A-OK, and I'm trying to make sure that I'm on my I'm on my P's and Q's, dotting my I's, crossing my T's, and I'm really excited about it. I am nervous though. Like you know how like you're starting the first day of work nervous, like that kind of nervous. Yeah, but, like, I did you know people lived in Siberia? Because, like, I guess it's just something that never like, okay, I knew about, like, the Senegal people. I knew about that because like, we learned about it in history. This is a ungoverned you're not supposed to go touch they're untouched touchable people, right? So I'm learning about the dude that was like, I wanna meet them," and they let him go the first time. But then, like, the second time, he got like, he was no more, right? Um, so off of that, I was like, "I wonder where else people live," and yeah, man, it takes you it's, dark and twisted. I mean, I knew people live on the Amazon, there's tons of tribes, but Siberian one just really threw me off. I was like, "You can escape the heat, like shade, water, and all this." You can't take off your skin, of course, but there's ways to cool down. Like, you can make snow from your cup of noodles, like, that is some no. Thank you. You ordered the Aries template? Oh, yeah. I don't know when, the templates for, the Pisces come out, but I'll be, like, first in line, like, "Yeah, I need to get these. I need these." 'Cause, like, I have a couple ideas I wanna make for, AwesomeCon. I have, like, a few I wanna do one that's a Powerpuff Girl, like, I wanna do each individual Powerpuff Girl because for some odd reason, that is a very popular bag in AwesomeCon, even though there'll be no voice actors there for it or anything, just people that is, like, their childhood, that's, like, their memory. I have, just a couple of different ones. I sketched out a Batgirl one, and I think I'm gonna do some, like, reverse applique with the flap. I have some ideas. I might put wings on there. I have some ideas. Yeah, the templates are a game changer. That's why, when I talked to Lauren about when I was coming back, why I wanted to do the tiny kata is because I wanted to do templates because it's to me, having templates is, like, a lot, and when I see, like, Lauren or other people doing they're talking about templates, it is, but then when I talk to people on my Patreon, they're like, "Oh, I got my first set of templates," and it's not something that everyone has, and I feel like if you're gonna be making a bag repeatedly, get the templates, it just is easier, or get the 3D files. I think Shannon I don't know if she's selling them right now or not, but get the 3D files. Like, sh we got the 3D files for her at the North Carolina, and they worked out awesome. The 3D files to me, like, I'm a tracer, and sometimes I can't trace paper. I okay, so, like, this is gonna sound weird. Alright, if it's a card, I could trace perfect because it has a rigid edge. But if it's paper and it's folding in, I can't get that perfect edge. So it was Shannon, she provided some really cool like 3D prints where you can trace the template to the Aries. I got the perfect thing. I can cut around it. I'm like a really smooth cutter. I'm not the rotary people, like the people that can just do the rotary like that. I do not have that skill set. But you give me a pair of scissors and I'm like, I'm golden. So it works out fine. So I think the 3D print set is like awesome because like, especially if you're a tracer, you're not gonna like there's not gonna be a nick missing or anything. You're good to go. But if it's I have a hard time with paper and I always forget to print my patterns on cardstock. I don't know what's wrong with me. And the thing is my husband bought me he bought me like reams of paper and he bought me a ream of just cardstock and I don't know why. I just completely forget that it's there. I literally buy paper and he's like, you have a ream of paper like directly underneath the printer." I'm gonna just blame it on my ADHD. It's just easier that way. I love templates. I know our girl Arnetta, I know you love you some Powerpuff Girls. Yeah, Powerpuff Girls, like, resonates to a lot of people, so I try to make each individual one of them, and then I try to make a villain because there's there's a lot of people that dress as the Powerpuff Girls at AwesomeCon. So yes, and this is one of my favorite cards. I bought one thing from her at a con, but look at how pretty the back of this. I keep this as one of my card testings when I'm making wallets. It's a, like, really nice cardstock, so I didn't wanna get rid of it, it's really pretty. So, I I keep cards as my voice is going in and out because of my sinus infection. But yeah, you guys now know in this conversation, we talked about helping another person, me saying thankful for buying my class, Powerpuff Girls, Siberia, and putting heater packs into your bra straps in 25 minutes. I mean, if that's not ADHD, I don't know what the hell is. So, it you got all that in 25 minutes. So, yeah, today, I'm still gonna keep resting because, like, I have a lot of pressure. I feel like, kinda like when you have a cluster or tension headache, I have a lot of pressure around, like, a rubber band feeling in my but I around my eyes and my head, but I have a lot of pressure here. So I'm gonna rest up, and then I at noon, I'm gonna hang out with my Patreon peeps, and we're gonna go over, the bag that we're making this month, and the bag that we're making this month has um, some serious stabilizers that I have ordered, and I'm still waiting to get them. So, like, we're gonna talk about that so we can plan this out, best course of action. Um, and, yeah, that they're all coming from 3 different directions, and I have not one here. I usually have at least 1 stabilizer. It's because none of them are the normal stabilizer. It's not like your Decaville Light or Decaville Heavy. It's some unique stabilizers. So I'm like, "All right, I see now." So we're gonna talk about some stabilizers, and then my kids are off, so I wanna watch, Big Bang, but I don't know if I can handle the light too much. Um, because the ring light right now is, like, killing my life, killing my so, I might just have, like, a heating pack on my eyes. Yes. Oh, good, congratulations, first set to get Shannon's is awesome, do it. Like, you will have no regrets because I feel like the Aries comes together really fast, that is, like, one of the better templates to get, and you could just crank those bad boys out, like and, because they have a unique, like is it a concave shape where with that swoop, is that what it's called? A concave? Is that or dip? You know what I mean, like, whoop, that it has a like, that unique shape, it just helps out tremendously, and that those templates go really well with the blade because it just swoops easily. It's when you get into, like, weirder shapes that, like, me and the rotary cutter are just, like, not friends with the I don't know. Again, I'm not the best with the rotary cutter. I wish they were I have a heavy weighted one from, Creative Grids, love it. I wish there was, like, a smaller blade one that was heavy weighted because I that one actually makes more sense for templates to me, but yeah, okay, I was like this. And so, yeah, but that's it. So, I'm going to drink my Liquid Death, and if you still haven't drank Liquid Death, I need you just to go to your store, try the lime or the mango. It's sparkling water, and you're gonna be like, "Shanova," and I'll be like, "Yeah, what's up?" You know, this is the stuff. Especially if you're trying to cut out sodas, it's just sparkling water, and they have, like, a hint of fruit real fruit in them, and they're bomb, but they have, like, sodas or stuff like that too, so make sure you get the water one and not the actual soda one. So, alright, I'm gonna talk to you guys later, and I hope all of you guys have a wonderful day.